Happy Tuesday, YouTube. You're in the building. Lamont, Tyson, the Life Gains channel. And for most of us, it's a happy Tuesday. But I can tell y'all there's one man on this planet who's not happy right now. That damn piece of crap, John Gruden. Whew, he's not having a good Tuesday. This fucker got caught with not only racist, homophobic, misogynistic, but he had nude shots of the Washington football team cheerleaders, passing them around to one of the founders of Hooters, some cat that is also owns a fried chicken spot in Tampa Bay. I mean, it's not funny. It's sad. It's funny. But ladies and gentlemen, we got our first guest in here. He calls himself Meech. What's going on, homie?
What's going on?
Hey, Caller, how you feeling today?
I'm good. Just watching, recapping the BMF.
Okay, well, since we've got you here, we're going to dive right on into it. But before we do it, let me shout out everybody who's tuned in to us right now. We've got 35. Can we get 35 likes? Can we get a big round of applause for the guests that came through to show us some love today? Talk a little BMF. And let us know how y'all feeling in the comment section. So my guest, Mr. Meech, tell us how you feel about this season so far, how you've enjoyed it, how you like the way 50 and the producers have put together this series.
It's good. It's good. I like how my favorite character is Meech. I love Meech. That's why I got my name Meech. My favorite character Meech because it's like another Tommy. Tough as hell. Don't give a fuck what happens. Always down forever.
Right. And
T like the smart person, like Ghost.
Yeah.
Smart person.
Yeah. That's right.
Smart plays and have smart moves.
That's right. So alongside watching BMF, I always like my guests to introduce themselves to the audience. I like my guests to get love and support from my audience. So what else are you doing, or what other social media outlets do you have so that my subscribers can follow you and show you some love?
I have Instagram. It's Long Live Jordan.
And I'll put the link in the description so that y'all can click on my man, share some love with him, and let you do his thing. But my man came here because he wants to review some BMF, and that's what we're going to do. So let's just get into it, my homie. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right, let's start out with this last episode from the very beginning. So they flash back in the beginning to show how the trust started between Meech's brother and the sister. Basically, Meech was in there. He was in there cooking up some steak. He done went and took all the ground beef, about to make a damn sandwich, all by himself, and was gonna leave his brother like this much. You know what I'm saying?
Like that much.
This much.
That's petty,
bro. You can't make a patty out of what he was gonna leave him. Anyway, they get into a fight and they knock over the mama's good china, and instead of ratting on each other, they both got a whipping. How did you feel? How did you feel about them setting the narrative for that's how they started their trust back in the day?
You have to trust. You always gotta trust your siblings. Always gotta trust them most of the time, and make sure they're good before anything.
That's for real. So, ladies and gentlemen, a regular on this show. Look how she twirling her hair.
Stop.
she in here doing a hair twirl. I mean, she feeling that thing. I know that's some real hair. That ain't stolen from a horse at all. It's the homegirl, Miss K.
This is not real, okay?
It's the homegirl.
I don't mind telling people this is a piece. Hey guys,
and Miss K, we got love for you when you keep it real. But if a man ever tell you something on his body ain't real, we don't want to hear no fussing. We We don't want to hear no fussing and no cussing, y'all. Y'all
you
women
crazy. Oh my God.
I'm just saying. So, Miss K, you getting in here late. This is the guest, Meech.
Hi.
His favorite character on the show is Meech.
Hello.
And he's came here to show some love to us and be our special
All
guest
right.
for today. Miss K, how did you like the opening scene from this last episode with the China getting broke? Your boy Meech's trying to eat up all the damn hamburger meat, man. No goodness well, they ain't got a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they didn't rat on each other as a way to show how they established trust when they was kids.
Mm-hmm. I do. I liked it. I liked how Big Meech was narrating that, you know, whenever they did lose or, you know, things didn't really go their way, it was much better with his brother by his side. So whatever they went through, it made it easier to go through with, you know, as long as his brother was there. So
okay.
Yeah, that also can I say something? That
Yeah,
also makes me wonder like how the whole thing is going to play out, how far they're going to take this, because, you know, I told you I don't know the story. I wasn't going to look into it, but I looked into it a little bit and I found out that they actually had some kind of rift in their relationship. So I was wondering how they were going to, you know, wondering if that was going to play out some way down the line. It was kind of surprising to hear, actually.
Let me find out Miss K going to the source material, trying to get her knowledge of her records up. Let me find out Miss K been doing some digging. Okay.
I don't really want to do too much.
I feel you. And you know what? You don't got to do too much. So I'm going to pivot y'all to this. This was pretty funny. Big Meech, I'm coming back to you.
Oh gosh.
Yo boy, Snoop Dogg.
Yes.
Done popped up in here, Pastor Swift. And boy, his ass was trying to swiftly take a wife in this scene right here. So I'm gonna give it to you first, Meech. But before I bring you in, Meech, let me bring in our last guest of the night. The big homie Mitch is in the building, been trying to get at me for a couple of weeks. Yes. Mitch, how you feeling, homie?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
We good, man. You coming in right at the time where I'm about to start cracking jokes.
Good timing.
Yeah, man. We'll get to you in a second. But Meech, talk to us about Snoop Dogg's character. Him in there putting holy water all over the place. And you know that was really gin and juice. That wasn't no damn holy water. We still got you, Meech. Uh-oh. I think we done lost Meech.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
This character. I love Snoop Dogg character. I love Snoop Dogg character. He was funny. I like that part he had. I like that he put that part for him, like a funny part for him. And that gin juice just got me like all crazy. Like,
hey man, look, I gotta throw a curveball in here now. I'm gonna throw y'all some curveballs. Big Mitch, talk to me about how you enjoyed the introduction of Snoop. What do you think is gonna happen? Because you see the way the daddy was looking at that hand holding, and I think when Snoop was doing the praying, I think he was doing some laying at the same time, if you feel me. So talk to me, Mitch, how you feel about this scene right here?
Yeah, I was like, either daddy got some trust issues or it's some history behind that. I don't know.
Fact.
She did seem a little happy to see the pastor, though. She did seem a little happy to see the pastor. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, she did. I mean, she showed so much teeth it looked like the whole damn pulpit. That's what she did, man. No kidding, man. She was so happy to see Snoop Dogg, Pastor Swift. He was supposed to get kicked out the house, right? And next thing I know, he going back eating her bacon. And fellas, I'm gonna tell you right now, don't you ever let no man come in your house unless it's your relative and eat up your damn good bacon. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
It seemed like it wasn't his first time.
Right. It wasn't his first time. Miss K, I know you got something to say. You like you itching.
No, no. I mean, I did see the whole hand thing, and I was just like, oh, the father looking like, and I wouldn't say that there's a history there. You know, I think the mom is a pretty, you know, wholesome kind of woman, but I think he knows the kind of man that pastor is probably. So he's like,
that's usually how it is.
He's like, I don't want this guy over here touching my wife's hand and everything. So
Miss
I
K,
don't
what
know.
you
But I
trying
love
to
Snoop Dogg though. So
Miss
I
K,
just want
what
to
you
throw that
trying to
out
say?
there.
What you trying to say that Snoop is one of these up north job turkey pastors? What you trying to say, Miss K?
I think he is. I hope he's not, but I think he is. I just already know. I already know it.
Okay, man. Okay, now, all right, Miss K, you get the lead on this one. You get the lead on
Right.
this one. Lamar done came back. He done took out the two captains at the top of the 12th Street crew. They done blessed him to be the leader of this crew, even though this cat right here, he giving him the side eye. Do you think they're going to get into a fight? And will this man right here survive this first season?
He probably won't survive. I wouldn't see him survive in the first season if he decides that he wants to continue to get in Lamar's way. So you already see what Lamar did. All because, listen, if this guy didn't open his mouth and say, oh, I'm going to just go along with everything until Femel gets back. If he didn't say all that, Lamar probably would have left Femel alone in the hospital.
Okay.
But he had to go run his mouth, so he see that people are waiting for Femel to come back, and he's like, all right, long as this guy is, as long as people are thinking that he's coming back, then I'm not going to stay on top, or I'm not going to keep my control. So.
Okay. All right, boy. I tell you, you're dealing with an educated sister when words flow off her tongue like that. Keep the control. Damn. Okay. Mitch, jump on in there, brother. Talk about Lamar and what you think he's after and how is he going to establish his dominance with 12th Street?
Man, I don't really know what's up with Lamar. Like he kind of like confusing for me. Like I don't know what he after, to be honest. I kind of agree with Miss Kato. Like I feel like anybody who gets in his way, whatever he wants, is not going to end well because he clearly has some issues.
Right.
Yeah, like it's more than just like I'm not letting anyone get in my way because I want to get to the top. It's more than that for him. I feel like he looked like he enjoys torturing people.
Well, you remember what they said about him. He took the rapper, put him up naked on a light pole, and let the bees come and sting the man's penis, man.
Exactly. He gets something out of it. Like he wants you to get his way just so he
brutal.
could.
Yeah, it's brutal. He act like he upset that they didn't come audition him to be Candyman. That's what he think his ass is, Candyman and stuff. Big Meats, get in there, man. Talk to me about Lamar and how you feel about Lamar.
I think that's like a devil. That nigga's going crazy right now. Like, but I feel like probably not this season, but he might get shot. I believe so, because he's doing too much stuff. Just coming out of jail too. I'm just coming out the crazy house.
Right, but I think that the thing that we're all trying to figure out is, like Mitch said, what is his motivation? He done basically got the baby mama back on the team. Well, partial baby mama, we'll leave it at that. And he done took out the two main cats that led 12th Street. And he still don't seem like he's satisfied. So what is his real deal motivations? And you know what? You see his homeboy back here? I think he'll turn on him too if the right situation pops up. I think he will turn on him if needs be, but I don't know what that situation would be.
I think he just want all his corners back. That's his satisfaction. He want his corners back.
So you think his main motivation is just to get all the corners back? Okay.
He want to get back to being that guy, being that top guy, I guess.
Yeah. We'll see, but he done lied to his baby mama. He told his baby mama he won't going back to jail. He won't going to be getting caught up in there because he want to spend time with his daughter. It's hard to do that when you in the street. I'm just being honest about it.
That's the funny part.
Right. So
funny, that's daughter.
Like she said, it's probably not his, but he gonna treat her like that for now. He being related. Showing that he loves that daughter is going to keep him close to the mama. And I think that's one of his motivations as we go through this story. He wants to stay close to that mama for whatever the reason may be. But now I got one for y'all. I'm going to come to you, Mitch. This is when they came to the home. Old Coach Cop and his partner. I'll just call them Penn and Teller for the sake of this one live review. They come here, they're grilling them, and Southwest T Girl shows you that she's a ride or die. Meech, talk to me about this scene and how you felt.
Meech.
Yeah, she definitely like a dog. She mostly I think she's gonna be in for a while. She's gonna be season for a while. And season too, because like she's doing everything, making sure Terry good, T good on her part, and making sure he don't get caught up.
You got that right. She did her thing. And Mitch, I'm gonna come to you on this now. So after we had the in-home situation, Coach Cop goes out here and basically put his foot all up in his partner, basically telling him, stay out my way. I know what I'm doing. You don't know what the hell you're doing. But you can feel the tension here. You know that the partner knows something is up. So the question to you, Mitch, is this partner gonna die?
Is the partner gonna die? When?
Good question. Not this season. Not this season, but maybe next season.
Right. Because I feel like right now they about to crack down so tight. It's like, I mean, the only person that can kill him is if it'll be somebody on the street. I don't think this guy would be able to get the other cop. I don't think he'll be able to get away with it because, like he said to Meech, he won't have no like wiggle room. Like everything is gonna be so tight. Like how would he get away with that?
Right. So I'm thinking that if someone's going to have to do him, it probably would be somebody in Meech's crew, because Homeboy going to be throwing he's going to be throwing sand in the gears, because when that Fed chick popped up, he was so happy. Oh my God! You think this dude won the lottery? He was so happy.
I feel like he knows something is up with. I mean, he checked him, but I feel like he's hoping to catch him doing like he knows something is up with him. Like it's either he thinks it's a connection that he has with that family, or he has a feeling that he's probably into some dirty stuff. He was too excited, like, and then he gave him that little side eye, like, why aren't you as excited as I am about this? Like,
exactly. So yeah, I agree with you, man. He knows something is afoot, and he's gonna try to put a shoe in it. That's what he's up to. Meech, I'm gonna come back to you for this one. So our boy Meech, he's in a squeeze with Pat. Pat done told this brother, I need my money in 6 days, and I'm taxing you 10%. So Meech has decided to listen to his brother Southwest T, and they're gonna set up shop at the plant. And anybody from up north know the plant is the Ford place where you manufacturing cars at. So how did you like him listening to Southwest T's plan and starting to infiltrate the plant? We lost Meech. Oh boy. Miss K, I'm gonna come to you with that one, Miss K.
Okay. I think that given the history so far with Meech, how he's been, is he doesn't really listen to anybody. And I think that he listened this time out of desperation.
Oh,
because
Lord have mercy.
Pat was all on his back, like, I need my money, you know what I'm saying? And stuff was slow, and they already took over the rec center. So it was kind of like, all right, we're going to go with your plan now, But I don't think it was because he was listening to his brother. I think it's because it was a desperate situation. Desperate times, Okay. Whatchamacallit told him, look, I'm gonna make this alarm clock ring if I don't get my money. So he like, we gonna do whatever we gotta do. You heard what he said. We're gonna have to work around the clock. So he was just gonna do whatever he needed to do.
Mitch, what you think about it? How'd you like them setting up shop in the plant?
I mean, it was smart. It got them fast money. It was real, like, well, the way they made it seem like it was like on the fly. Like, I don't know if that was the original plan and that's why they were in the club in the first place. But it seemed like it was on the fly. So I mean, it stuff like that gets a little tricky, but the way they have it set up is real incognito. It doesn't seem like it'll attract too much heat. So I mean, I like it.
And speaking of a fly, did you notice how Pat was chasing behind them the whole entire episode?
He was, yes, he was. He was stalking.
He was acting, before we found out, he was acting like a crackhead in those moments. He was acting just like a crackhead in those moments, chasing them everywhere. I mean, all over the place, trying to figure out which, bruh. Right. Ain't you the head of this organization? Damn, go do something else. You got to be doing something than chasing me all day. You already done told everybody we are your main earners. Why are you chasing us around for? I was like, man, it just lets you know where it's gonna go at with Pat. Now here we go to this scene right here when they bring in Operation Drano, and they brought this fed chick into the building who don't look like she take no mess. Miss K. She don't look like she plays. She look like you see that vein in her neck? That's telling you she don't play. But I'm gonna swing it to you first, Miss K. How much pressure is going to be on these organizations now that we've got Operation Drano going?
He nervous.
How much pressure?
How much pressure?
Look at this guy's face.
He's nervous.
Show you how much pressure. He's like,
you see the sweat running off his forehead, poor fella.
Forehead.
Yeah, it's glistening.
Detective Lopez is like, yes, let's get it, because he one of those straight shooters, like, let's get this job done, let's do it, let's bust these guys, so he's all for it. But then this is like, oh my gosh, for Detective Bryant, like, here we go.
Yeah,
everybody's coming together to find out who is who, who's dealing drugs, so they can just shut it down.
Okay. Before I come to you, Mitch, let me shout out my super chat brother, Lil Rock. Appreciate you, homie. I heard I missed a Miss K Love Fest last week. so here's my contribution. Can we get a WWE video? Big Rock, of course you can get a WWE video. I keep them ready for you. Thank you for that super chat.
Yes, and thank you. And hey,
let me find here's a WWE video for you, brother.
He's gonna fight his own daddy for a
Oh, WWF though. Before they had to get rid of that F and make it an E. And now, Mitch, I'll come back to you, man. How can I start this? God, do this brother know what he's getting into? Like, it always start out good in the beginning when you partner up with someone who's running a crime organization. But the issue is, Mitch, you can never get out of it. You're never going to get out on your own terms. So talk to me about them teaming up with this dude and his rolling food truck. And then T, anytime he come to a meeting with Meech, he disrespect the people. He disrespect the people in the meeting.
Seriously.
Man. Well, I don't know. I'm a little iffy about this guy. He seemed tough though, because he didn't really seem like he wasn't going to take nothing from Meech. Like he pulled the knife out on him and was like, say something about my truck again. I mean, so he seemed like he kind of tough, but at the same time, I don't think he know what he really getting into. I don't.
Nah.
I don't.
No way.
Especially now with how the cops is about to crack down and they're gonna be having their eye on. Yeah, he don't know.
Yeah, he's in for a rough ride, my brothers. But Miss K, how you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel like he made his choice, and maybe he feels like they're gonna get away with it. And honestly, it seems like it is something to get away with for a while. But now that we know what's going on with this freaking Kato chick, the tea has been spilt, honey. So. And you never know. We don't know for sure if she told everything. I don't mean to jump that far, but we don't know if she told everything, But obviously, that's gonna, I don't know.
Okay.
That's gonna mess things up. That's gonna bring things to the light because you know what this guy's plan is, Crazy Lamont. Because look at it. Look how they doing it. It's almost like it's foolproof. They got the bags, I'm ordering a stone burger. Like they got a cool little operation going on. So the only way, and that's the type of operation that it's running so smooth to the point where if somebody finds out, it's because somebody told.
Well, Miss K, you can't forget B Mickey. He's beefing with Meech a little bit. I mean, he's poking that chest out too much, man. I told y'all 2 episodes ago, Meech need to handle his business with his boys. So Mitch, jump back on in there. How you feeling about B Mickey? And could he be the one that gets the thing taken down to some degree?
Yeah, that dude is crazy. He don't really use his head. I don't know what it is. I don't know if he poking out his chest because he got shorty. He feeling shorty and he trying, look a little tough for her or what. But it's weird because it just came out of nowhere. It seemed like he was real smooth, and then the whole ever since T got shot, or maybe I just didn't catch the signs, but it seemed like ever since T got shot, and then people was pressing him about Meech not making a move. He started feeling like, man, maybe he's doubting Meech's leadership ever since then.
Seems like that, but the thing is, it seems like Meech don't want to hurt him because they have a friendship that goes back 10 years, as Meech mentioned. So he's trying to protect them to some degree, but Southwest T has a new lease on life, and I don't think Southwest T gonna be putting up with it. I'm just keeping real with you. Well, if he ever catch B Mickey disrespecting his brother when he around, I think you might see him pull his gun out on him, and he might, I don't know if he's gonna shoot him, but he might pistol whip him or something. But this right here gonna come to a head. Yeah, that's gonna come to a head sooner or later.
Definitely.
I'm gonna come to you, Miss K, on this because this one's funny. I would laugh and I shouldn't laugh. You know what I'm saying? I should not be laughing at this scene right here. This clown right here.
Oh.
But that's not the good one. You know I get the good one. This is the good one.
The one where he's getting. I knew it. I knew it. Bro. Oh my gosh, I freaking knew it, man.
So Miss K, my daughter loved to play peekaboo.
Oh.
But when I pop out from behind whatever thing I hold in front of my face, she giggles. This cat come up here talking about some peekaboo and I ain't see no smiles nowhere.
That dude started screaming.
So go for it, Miss K. Talk about this scene, and do you think Famel is really going to leave town?
I think that Famel is going to leave town for a little while. I don't trust him not killing him. I think that it's stupid, Of course, I don't condone this type of stuff in real life, but you cannot leave this guy alive. PM already said that he's like a real soldier, and he ain't gonna just take this lying down. Look, he's lying down right now, but once he gets better, it's gonna be a problem. I think he's gonna come back after some time when nobody's, thinking about him anymore. I think he's gonna come back, But what I want to say another thing is that we see. I was calling. I did. I just posted my review for this, guys, and I called him Boots in this video.
Lord have mercy.
I called what's his name, Lamar. I called them Boots, and I'm like, look at these freaking boots again. We see these boots here, and then we see, when he coming up, we see the boots when somebody snuck up on T, and I said it's looking like this is the guy, right? But let me go back because as I was thinking, I said, wait a minute. If you notice, B Mickey has not been showing up to certain things. And to me, that's like somebody that got a guilty conscience. Now, he could possibly want to get rid of, what's his name? T, because he wants to be the partner of Meech. He want to be he want to be the co-captain or whatever. I'm just thinking, this is just me thinking, guys, because I think what can happen is a lot of times with these shows is they try to make it look like a certain person, and then there's a twist, and it's like, oh, it's not really who you thought it was. And so we also hear T saying, well, how come he didn't come see me at the hospital? And then, oh, and then he asked for him at his party, at Terry's party at the bowling alley. Where is Mickey? And Kato was like, I'm not his keeper. You know what I'm saying? So it's starting to make me wonder, why the heck didn't you show up? You know, you can't look a nigga. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. You can't look a Negro in the eye or something to the point where, you know what I'm saying, you're not showing up. So that, to me, that's like a guilty conscience. And the way that this guy keeps showing this insubordination, I could see him doing something like that. So I'm sorry for being long-winded, but I just wanted to say that.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, Miss K giving out other YouTubers free video theories tonight. You know, just giving away money.
I should have did that on my own, but
I mean, and we ain't even had to take off nothing. She's just giving out money. Thank you, Miss K. I mean, give us the freebies. But before I come to you, Mitch, we got Will Lawrence in the building. He'll send us a super chat, and of course, he said, "I already got Plain Anita and Miss K. What's up?" Bruh, you can't stake claim on these women. They can't be held down by one brother. I can just tell you that right now. I just tell you that right now, bro. You better get in line. You got a long wait.
Oh my God.
Mitch, jump on in here, my man.
Shout out to Anita.
Yeah. Talk to me about what do you think Female is gonna do? I think that Female is gonna go try to join Meech and his crew, but I want to know what you think he's going to do, because I really don't see him leaving town.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that's a good. He might do that, because they already spoke to him, right?
Yeah, Meech talked to him.
Meech approached him, so I think he gonna holler at he might holler at Meech, and he might know a little bit about what Lamont is. Did I say his name right?
Lamar,
sorry. he might know a little bit about what he already, has planned as far as with he might not know that he has old girl, with doing, I'm sorry, I'm not good with the names, but
it's all
as
good.
Far as, trying to get all the information from Meech.
Kato.
He might not know too much about that, but he might know that Lamar does have a plan to maybe take Meech down. So he might go to Meech and let him know, like, listen, this dude is doing this, and that. He coming for you, and he did this to me, so I don't have no loyalty to him.
Yep. All I got to say is, ladies and gentlemen, if a grown man rolled up on you behind some balloons and a flower and then say peekaboo, hit first, ask questions later. Punch first, ask questions later.
There was nothing he could do.
That's some Pennywise stuff. Oh my gosh!
I told you, Lamar mad. He wanted to be Candyman. He mad they gave that role to somebody else. So I'm gonna come to you first on this one, Mitch. So Meech done got his plan put together, and he's got his homegirl here in one of the sorriest strip clubs in the Motor City. But he's in there because all the dudes from the plant come in here and they blow off steam, they get their money. And she's learning who want to party a little more. But while they doing all that, look who pops up. Just straight stalking the people, man. Just straight stalking the people. Talk to me about this, Mitch. How you feel and what you think was going on when you saw this scene in the club?
Man, he probably just came down from his high. Probably was like, I know I recognize those two, and then had to do what he had to do to make himself look like he wasn't, just bush, sitting around. Because that's probably a nice little place to be. I wouldn't know. I don't partake in those type of drugs, but I mean, if you on that high horse, where else would you want to be but in front of some, beautiful women?
I love the way you said beautiful women.
He didn't say it. He ain't put it like that.
That's what he said. Miss K, that's what he said. Miss K, the man said beautiful women. That's what beautiful he said.
Women.
No, Mitch said that, but I said yeah, because Pat didn't say it like that. He was mad they were spending the money in a little rinky-dink situation.
Yeah,
he was like, you could at least went to something that was more upscale. He was like, this some trashy stuff you spending my money on.
But Miss K, Pat ain't in no position to be trying to tell them to go to somewhere upscale, because when Meech dropped off that money, did you see the scallywag he had in there with him?
Yeah, he probably didn't even recognize that she was one. He was so high.
Like this one right here look way better. than what we seen up in there. Pat looked like he had Anita Baker's mother. That's what it looked like Pat had up in there. Jump on in there, Miss K. Speak on this whole scene.
I just, the ironic look, the funny thing that happened with this situation is that this man is stalking them, right? And then gonna have the nerve to push it up another day. And it's like, why are you doing this? Well, we already hear he said that it's gonna help keep them under his foot, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like just because they in there and they you think they're blowing the money. He's kind of jumping to conclusions. Oh, you in here blowing my money, but what Meech was actually doing was all a part of his plan to make the money back. And so he didn't go and he went and freaking pushed it up. But I'm glad that it worked out. I just feel like, he didn't understand that it wasn't in vain what Meech was doing, and it just shows that Meech really needs to get from under this guy. Like seriously,
quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
Man, Miss K, you be on it. You be on it. You be on it. I might have to put you under my thumb because your theories is starting to sound butter as hell. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you, Miss K. Now I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you out here. I'm just teasing. Shout out to Miss Awesome in the building in the comments.
Hey, Miss Awesome.
Keeping it fire down there with y'all. Shout out to all y'all. We got 165 in the building. Can we get 165 likes? We definitely need that. Shout out to the homie Mitch, who is our special guest tonight, coming through, showing some love to the channel. Show this man some love. How can people find you, Mitch?
You can find me on Instagram, GSP_lifestyle13. And that's about it.
That's about it. All right. Miss K, I'm coming to you now, Miss K. I'm coming to you.
Okay.
Oh, man. So the mom hops in the car and she's distraught. She's upset. Meech tells her, Mommy, I done paid the mortgage bill, so y'all ain't got to worry about that. And of course, she is feeling the pressure because the dad is on the warpath. The dad don't want to have nothing to do with Meech's money. The mom knows it's going to be some issues with the dad because mom has kind of been lying to dad to some degree. She's been keeping him in the dark about how much she knows in terms of Meech's involvement with the drug game. So having said all that, Miss K, how did you feel about this scene? And I don't know what more the mama could have done, but just talk about it.
Yeah, it was something. Remember we were talking about this, how, he could just go and pay it.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that maybe because he's so young, he dropped out of high school, maybe he didn't really know how to go about it. Well, he sure found out how, and went and paid it. He did what he was, I don't want to say did what he was supposed to do, but I feel bad for Meech with this situation because he's going about things the wrong way. Like he wants to take care of his family, but he's doing it in the wrong way. And he means well. And the mother's saying, oh, you're just doing that to make yourself feel better. But I don't think so. These kids, they don't want to be poor. And all they dreamed about was having a lavish kind of lifestyle and just, not being able to share freaking milk, for the cereal. Right. And so, now with the mother is telling him like, all right, I got to figure something out. Because obviously now we ain't going to go back. Now we're not going to put this money back. So I'm going to figure something out. And, I think that every time I see them together, me as a mother, I just be feeling bad for her, because I have teenage sons and things like that. When you concerned about the kids and everything, and when she knows that her son is out there and in the streets, and she's like, even last episode when the father was like, you need to let him go. She like, are you crazy? I'm not freaking letting my child go. And so she even let him know, look, I love you, but you gotta learn, boy. You don't listen, and I keep saying that probably in every video that I do since this thing started. He doesn't listen. He needs to learn to listen to others.
Why do I feel like you have rehearsed this and you have said this in your own house a couple times? Boy, you need to listen. Why do I get the feeling you have said, boy, you need to listen, just came out your mouth too easy, it flowed too well.
Very natural.
Absolutely.
Right. Came natural. Mitch, how do you feel about this scene and what more can the mom do? Well, it ain't nothing else she can do.
I mean, what can she do? The money has been paid.
It's paid.
You feel me? And I feel like this was like real relatable. I feel like it's that mother-son dynamic, and then the father. You know, the father always loved the son, but you know, the father's more quick to be like, man,
Get out.
let that boy learn his own lessons. And the mother's always like, no, that's my baby. Like, I ain't gonna have him out on the street. And I've been in that, you know, situation. So it's definitely, that was like real relatable, especially in the black family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I like that. But he handling his business. Why not? You're making all that money. I'm not gonna let my family. I'm gonna make sure my family has a home first, and I'm gonna deal with whatever consequences come later. And even though it might be dirty money, and y'all might feel like I can't accept this because y'all don't like what I do. In the long run, you might be grateful because you're not homeless now.
Exactly. And speaking of which, Mitch, I'll come to you on this one. And this is the absolute truth because I'm an 80s baby. I grew up in the 80s. During this era and where they was at in Detroit, Meech had these rules. You don't deal with white people. You don't do no drugs. You don't deal with white people because it brings the police. Speak on this, Mitch. When he seen homeboy over there shooting it and lapping it up with this Anglo-Saxon woman, he flew hot. So talk to me about this, Mitch.
Man, I mean, I was on Meech's side, but it seemed like bro was just trying to kick some game. Man, it didn't look like he was talking any business with her. From what it looked like, I don't know, but from what it looked like he was just trying to get the digits. He wanted to get him a little Becky, a little snow bunny. That's
Ain't
all.
nothing wrong with the snow bunnies. I mean,
Yeah,
we got love for the snow bunnies too. Snow bunnies can get it in the summertime. You know.
It was an innocent little interaction, nothing crazy. Meech just overreacted.
I mean, man, look, man, in that game, I don't think there's no such thing as overreacting unless you actually pull the trigger. He's trying to take precautions because he might know his man's motivations, right? But he don't know that woman's motivations at all. All. So, Miss K, having said that, jump on in there, Miss K.
Yeah, I mean, that whole kick in the butt was like, what the heck? That guy turned around like he wanted to swing on Meech, but when he realized who kicked him in the butt, he calmed down.
Thanks. You gotta kick me in the butt, man.
Man, like they be putting little stuff in this show that's not meant to be funny, but it is funny.
Yeah,
like, it's like a whole lot of these little innuendos in here. That was funny, man. I was laughing at that, man.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna flip the script, and I'm gonna come to you on this one, Miss K. So, I mentioned in my trailer review that oftentimes the way they want you to discipline people is not with negative reinforcement, but with positive reinforcement. So instead of yelling at these dudes to get them to step their game up to help him make this money, my man pulled off his Rolex and said, whoever bring him back the most money, get the Rolex. And next thing I know, bada bing, bada boom, he about to be meeting up with Pat. Take it away, Miss K.
Yeah, that was I like that little technique right there, Good little incentive. Had everybody like, yes, let's do this. I'm about to run out here and get that candy because that's how they was acting, like some kids that was offered some candy. So I liked how he's saying that you don't have to rule like that. I forgot the term that he used. What was that term that he used about the smack the whip down or crack the whip?
Yeah, crack the whip.
He said, yeah, it's not always about cracking the whip. Don't have to be like literal, basically.
Right.
You could do it with incentives. And I like that. And that's another thing that I always heard about Big Meech was that he liked to see everybody looking nice and stuff like that. So this is kind of like the beginning stages for him. You know what I mean? For him to do that. And once again, too, he has a goal. So you see that he gonna do whatever. He gonna do the desperate things when he got goals. He gotta meet that before that alarm clock start ringing. He gotta get things done. So he pulling off the rollie off his wrist, and that's it.
He got to get it in, man. Got to get it in. Mitch, talk to me. How'd you feel about him positively reinforcing this crew to get the job done?
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. sometimes that's the best motivation. Like, so a lot of people don't react to get your ass on them corners and make my money. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people will react to that in a good way. So you like, listen, man, y'all want a Rolex? Come on, man, let's get it. Go bust your and do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Well, how can I put this? His behavior with this crew was a positive reinforcement, but we've seen him go back and forth with B Mickey and talk to him the way you just said he should be. He's not talking to these crew. So what's the button he need to push with B Mickey, Mitch?
I think. Wait, you said okay. Well, I think with B Mickey, it was more frustration because he's always pushing back.
Okay.
So I think he didn't always come because of their friendship. I don't think he always came at B Mickey like, as aggressive until B Mickey started feeling like I'm gonna make my own decisions.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. He questions him too much. So everything is a question. Oh, you sure about this? You sure about? Just do what you got to do. Get your head in the game. You see how he threw it? He took the blunt from him and threw it down and
stepped on it.
Stepped on it. Like, what are you doing? Just stay focused. Don't ask questions. This is what we doing. And I didn't like how earlier B Mickey was like, I'm not gonna contact you every time the wind blows or something like that. Something, just some smart stuff he was saying. Yeah. This guy's just doing too much.
There are certain
away with a lot.
Right. I was about to say there are certain things you can get away with and let go, and there are certain things you can't. And B Mickey don't know the pressure that Meech is under in regards to having to get that money to Pat. So I thought for sure Meech might swing on him in that moment because he was under so much pressure, and it might would have happened. But before they could get to that, Meech sees Pat rolling past him in front of the plant. So
I think that's what happens, even not just in the game, but I think in any kind of leadership position, you always have someone that thinks they could do the job better than you, and they don't understand what goes on behind the scenes and what you do to make sure everything stays running.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
No, when you're done, I want to ask a question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they just thinking, I could do it better, But meanwhile, you don't know that this person was staying up late at night while you sleep. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get the position, you get the position that you think you want to take from somebody, and then everything goes to crap because you think you could do it better than them.
Yeah, what they say, the grass is not always greener on the other side, and all those things. And Miss K just dropped something on some of y'all that think y'all really want to be big time YouTubers. You don't know what go on behind the scenes. A lot of work. We don't just get up here and make sure our teeth is clean and our edge ups is done. There's a lot of work that go into it behind that. But my teeth is clean though.
No, yes, it is. Yes.
What's your question, Mitch?
A lot of work.
What do y'all think of the odds that this guy has some type of connection with Lamar?
B Mickey?
Yeah.
Man, I have no answer to that. The show hasn't shown me any inkling that he would have anything to do with him. I mean, to do with Lamar. But the only gateway that he would have anything to do with Lamar would be Kato. But I don't think him and Kato have made that love connection yet. So I don't think she's revealed anything to B Mickey. So if I had to bet money on it, I would say that there's nothing going on with them. But if it is, it would be because of Kato. Or
maybe that's the point of the show, showing that B Mickey and Kato B Mickey and Meech are drifting, because maybe her mentioning it to Lamar, like, oh, they're beefing, Meech, and that she can use that as a way to, what, Meech clearly doesn't respect your ideas and whatever. If that's the route she wants to take, because she seemed a little iffy at first, like, look, they just starting to trust me. I mean, hopefully I'm not jumping too far ahead, but
you good.
She seemed a little iffy at first, so I don't know if that's the route she really wants to take. But if it is, she can use their little beef as a way to,
Miss K, let me find out Mitch out here giving out free YouTube videos too. Let me find out he out here giving somebody $500 for 10 minutes of a video.
I had to compete with Miss K's insight. She was killing it over here. So I'm like, nah, hold on.
Let me find out this dude over here giving away YouTube videos tonight too. Yeah, that's a good one, Mitch. I like that. And we already know that B Mickey got the hots for Kato. Kato knows that, didn't give him the draws, and she can dangle it all in front of him and then draw the dissension between him and Meech while she putting it on him. Man.
But then that's funny because this is the reason why I say it's not good to argue in front of like people that are basically your subordinates or your followers or whatever, because this is what happens. They can see that, and then they could start planning for takeover, for discord, all that kind of stuff. And I already said this in one of my videos that when T and Meech was arguing in front of B Mickey, and even though they feel like they could trust him, that shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? You should do that behind the scenes. If you don't agree, it's almost like with the husband and wife. If you don't agree, you have each other's back in front of everybody. But then when you get behind closed doors, like, you was wrong for that. And I'm tired of having to fix everything or come behind you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because that people, for some reason, humans, they always feel like when they see people going at it, it's just something that goes off in some of these people's heads. They just feel like, all right, I'm about to see what I could do with this situation. And that's exactly what Kato is about to do. I think I agree with you, Mitch. And that's probably what why B Mickey been questioning everything Meech been doing from the start anyway, because you see the brother doing it. So now he like, I could do it too.
Miss K, stop giving away free YouTube videos. Now see, y'all done teamed up. Y'all done made somebody 5 or 6 YouTube videos the rest of this week.
You gotta be the two.
Be on the. I guarantee you, y'all gonna see some of these theories on other places on YouTube. And if you see them, just know where they came from. But I definitely agree with you guys, especially your point, Miss K, and Mitch's point too. When you have dissension in the ranks, and you know that you are married to someone, Meech is married to his brother. You don't let everybody see y'all disagreeing wholeheartedly in front of you. It's okay to say, have a small disagreement, but a knockdown, drag out the way they've had, you are definitely letting people who might not have your best interests forward, people who want to sow division, people who want to cause a ruckus. They see that, they're going to try to pick on whatever vulnerability they can see and attack it. That's what they're going to do. And now you've got 2 entities who have a vested interest. Kato, because she's under pressure from Lamar, and B Mickey, just because he wants to lead the organization. Man.
Can I throw some more YouTube content out there?
Go for it.
What you just said kind of reminded me at the beginning of the episode, because I feel like people might try to use that against Meech and T with how they might argue and stuff like that. Somebody might try to use that to divide them, but I like how in the beginning of the episode it showed you like them as kids that they always gonna do that. They're gonna fuss, they're gonna fight, but they're gonna take their L's together. That's why they got that beating together. They didn't snitch on each other. They broke the dishes because they was fighting, they was going at it. But then when it was time to face the consequences, it was like, now we're gonna take this L together. So I think that was some more symbolism for like, we can try to put us against each other, but it ain't gonna work.
And that's another thing. That's another point I highlight in real life. Oftentimes, when people have fights with their spouse or someone they're joined to, all these people start trying to get in your ear saying you should do this and you should do that, only to give you all this damn advice, and then the very next day you back with the person you was just having an argument with, is you're gonna walk away from them. So some of these people that got these vested interests, it could backfire on them. So we'll just have to see where they go. And Pretty Girl love trap content. Send a $5 super chat. Appreciate that, Miss Pretty Girl. My theory: Kato has an older brother that was locked up or ran with Lamar. I like that. I like that. She is possibly paying off a debt. Damn, boy. Hey, Pretty Girl, I'm gonna screenshot this comment, and I might make me a 5-minute video based on that. I appreciate that. Good night, good fight. I love it. Good one, good one, good. All right, Miss K is back on you now. So, Coach Cop, he pulls the fellas over and tell them that Operation Drano is in full effect. But while he's doing that, he's pushing up on Meech about the body of J Mo, right? And now Southwest T has been asking Meech what's going on, blah blah blah. Meech has kind of not been telling them the truth. And so right after this, they get into the car. They have a little skirmish. So talk to me about this whole situation, Miss K.
Yeah, he's asking the detective. He's asking right in front of Meech. I mean, right in front of T. So now T is looking like, what the heck? And we already know that what's his name, Mickey. He said that, don't worry, I'm gonna tell the streets that it was you. But I was glad that he told his brother the truth, and he said Mickey's the one that killed him.
Right.
And now, throughout this whole episode, we saw T, he kept pressing Meech about 50-50, I want to be 50-50 with you. I want to split everything down the middle. And so now he feels like this is his upper hand, because he's like, look, you guys have been lying to me, you and Mickey. And, you didn't even find out where he put the body. Like, you wasn't there with him to make sure he disposed of the body properly and stuff like that. And so he's like, because of that, I want 50-50, no questions asked, nothing to talk about, or else you and Mickey could do this, the way y'all want to do it. And Meech is like, yeah, all right, fine, we are. That's fine, but we got other things to take care of right now. Did y'all notice that how he's like, all right, as soon as Meech said, all right, yeah, that's fine, T starts to jump in like, okay, look, the first thing we need to do. And then Meech is like, no, the first thing we need to do, he's still, he tells his brother, oh, we're going to do 50-50, but then he's still like, listen, this is still me. Like, you fall back. Winning for this kid, man.
Jump in there, Mitch. Mitch, turn down the volume on whatever you have with us on it, listening to us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn it down, because we hearing the echo.
My bad.
Okay, you good. All right.
You good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn down a little more.
A little more.
All right. Yep. Now you good.
All right. I'm sorry. What? So yeah. I think basically. I'm sorry. Can you ask the question again? Like.
Oh yeah. You good. You good. There's no wrong way to do this, my brother. just how do you feel about Coach Cop dropping the bomb that you've got Operation Drano, and the little debate that the little skirmish Meech had with his brother about the real truth of what happened to J Mo?
Oh yeah. I think Meech gonna have to stop hiding stuff from T if they supposed to be partners. Especially now, if they 50-50, he better get used to not hiding things from him. And that little altercation, or that little thing they had in the car, is exactly why when you do business with family, you hire lawyers.
Right.
You hire lawyers, because he like, listen, man, I got shot in the face. This happened, that happened. I need to be getting more money. Like, you ain't paying me enough.
But he loved what he do, so that's the risk right there.
Right.
Occupational hazard.
Yeah.
So
we got another super chat, my people, and we've got 200 people watching this video. Wow, on a Tuesday night. Yes. Please give this video a like, share our content with people, and check out that video I did about John Gruden racist ass today. They caught him good. If you want to know how to blow $60 million by saying something crazy in the email, well, John Gruden is your man. Sakana is saying the 3-person reviews are the second best after the reviews with you and your wife. Well, God bless you, Sakana. And hopefully the wife says she's going to be doing some of these reviews. We're about to do Curb Your Enthusiasm, and she's going to be jumping on that with me to do those. So get ready. The wife ain't going nowhere. She's coming back. And then we got another super chat. Oh Lord, this one gets a video.
Yes.
Great panel. Everyone bringing their A game. Miss K making some good points.
Thank you.
And Mitch is making some good points too. And for that super chat, you get a video. And B. Avery, if you somewhere out there watching, this one is for you.
What a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside, what a money reside. Okay, baby, let me tell you something. If a whore ain't paying y'all bills, that's the last thing y'all should be worried about.
I knew it. Once you said B. Avery, I was like, oh my gosh.
He started this mess. He started it, so I just had to finish it with him. He started it, but I appreciate that first. Great comment. And we love it when you guys comment. And always remember, if you want to ever join us to make this a 3-person panel on Tuesdays, just follow me on IG, send me a message. I'm coming to you on this one, Mitch, man. Now we're getting down to the wire now. We almost down to the wire.
Let's do it. Uh-oh.
Cocaine on the table. You know who doing it. The only thing Pat missing, I ain't seen that long fingernail that them old school cats used to have. They used to have fingernail like this long to test the product. But in this moment, when he gave him the money, he's seen that Pat has a vulnerability getting high on his own supply. Take a look at the way Meech is looking. Meech is like, this might be the way I can infiltrate this organization and do my thing. What do you think is going to happen from this, Meech? I mean, Mitch, now that Meech got this information, how he's going to use it?
I'm not Big Meech, it's Money Mitch.
Money Mitch.
Money making.
You know those memes where like they show a video and then like they zoom in on a person's face and it'll be like, at this very moment is when he knew he effed up.
Right.
I feel like that's how Pat felt. You see how he was trying to brush all them drugs off the table?
Yeah, man.
It was like at this moment he knew, like, oh damn, he knows I'm a crackhead now. And then Meech was, Meech, it was just like, oh yeah. It was I feel like he was a little shocked. It was like some disappointment in him a little bit. Like, what the hell is this? But then at the same time, it was like, well, he putting the pressure on me right now. I think I could use this to my advantage.
Facts. Speak on it, Miss K.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way too. Basically, everything he's saying is like his whole attitude changed. Like he was acting like this monster, like I'm God, give me my money and all this stuff. And then when he sees him, he's clapping his hand like my man Meech, this and that, giving him a hug. You always come through, all that craziness, right? And he's high as a freaking kite. And I'm just like, Meech, you can tell that he's disappointed, but at the same time, this is a weakness that has been revealed. And I don't think that at this moment, that's how Meech is thinking, but I know and I feel that he's going to go back to this moment right here and remember, oh yeah, this is a weakness of Pat. Right now, he's just thinking, oh, I'm disappointed. But when it's time to realize that this is a weakness, that's when he's going to use it against him. I feel like he went through both emotions. I felt like he was disappointed, but I also feel like he was enlightened because he has a window into understanding how he can harm this man now. He has a problem. He's using his own supply. You're disappointed to learn that he's doing it, but you also know you have a way to control him now. You have a way that you can usurp his authority, so to speak, and kind of move on and do your own thing. So I'm interested to see where they go with this, man. I'm interested to see where they go. All right, Miss K, I'm coming to you now. All right. Miss K, can I ask you a question? Sure. Now, you don't let your husband or your kids think I'm being funny because I'm asking this as a YouTube question. Can I take you in the bathroom? It's a yes or no, Miss K. No. Okay. Mitch, can I take you in the bathroom? Okay, you know what? Yeah, you can take me in the bathroom.
Okay, well, we're going to go in the bathroom because it's drama in the bathroom. Here we go. This is when we finally get to see Lamar and Kato, and we start understanding some of what her dastardly background is. And while she's in this bathroom with Lamar, he locks the door. And he ain't just locked the door like a regular person locked the door. You know what I'm saying? He took his finger and he was creaking that bitch like, and then went back over there, got in her face, let her know he mean business, and basically said, I want the real information. I don't want to know about him and B Mickey beefing. I want the real information. You need to fulfill this backhanded deal that we got with each other and make it happen. Take it away, Miss K.
Yeah,
what is the backhanded deal?
I think he was calling it a good faith deal or something like that. And that's the thing. We don't know the specifics of it, but he's telling her that you're gonna get paid, you know. You're gonna get paid, I'm gonna get paid. So you need to let me know everything if you want this deal to, you know, work out. And my whole thing with this scene was well, what she was saying first was don't mess me up right now because I'm just, you know, they're starting to trust me and stuff like that. But my thing with this it's two questions that I have. Did he know her beforehand and have her infiltrate them? Or did he proposition her while she was with them? You know, just she was with the crew and then he propositioned her and then she was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like I want to know how it all started. And that's you know, that's just a big question right now still. So, and also how much did she tell? And I think that she's going to probably protect Mickey, and whatever she tells, I think she's going to protect Mickey throughout the whole thing. I'm just saying, I don't know.
You think she's going to protect Mickey?
Yeah, I think she's going to, you know, have a little mercy on him.
Okay. Money Mitch, we're going to have to start calling Lamar. We're going to have to give Lamar a new nickname. We're going to have to start calling him Lover of Bathrooms. Because everybody in the comment section is reminding me he's done so much stuff.
About Big Girl.
Yeah, he got the block in that bathroom now, and boy, he was laying into it. The hammer of Thor and all that. And now he done hemmed up your girl Kato in the bathroom. Just tell me, what do you think is behind this whole Kato Lamar story?
Man, he did something for her. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe she had maybe she did something wrong in the crew, because I guess they made it seem like she was a part of his crew before. Maybe it was something that she was supposed to get taken out for or something, and he was, you know, hopped in and saved her or took the blame for something or something.
Right.
That's the only thing I can really think of.
I mean, like, literally, you can just theorize anywhere you want to go with that. Anywhere you want to go. So Miss K wanted me to highlight Apple Pie Alamode's comment. Did you hear him call her pudding? I think that's his sister.
Yeah.
What you think about that, Miss K?
I think that's a good thought, but the way he locked the door on her and you know, it's kind of threatening. I don't think that's his sister. Like, if you watch how he interacts with his daughter, I don't think he would treat his sister like that.
Right.
So that's just my thoughts. Yeah.
Right.
But good thought though. And
the baby mama. Well, no. He does treat the daughter sweet. He ain't gone nuts on the daughter, so I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Money Mitch, I'm gonna come your way now. So now we out of the club. We out of the bathroom. Miss K, can we leave the bathroom now?
Yes.
Okay, let's get up out of this dirty ass bathroom.
Right, I was gonna say the same thing.
Let's get out of here. We don't want to hang with Lamar in none of his bathrooms. Probably stuff all over the floor in every bathroom he go in. So we getting up out of here. Now we back in the bowling alley, Money Mitch. And Southwest T done made a move that I thought was dangerous. He sent his ride or die home by herself. And all while that's happening, Meech figures out that them 12th Street you-know-whats is up in there, and they have a standoff. Take it away, Money Mitch.
Yeah, the way they did, like, the camera did something where it zoomed in when he was handing her the keys. The way they did that, I was a little scared for him. Like,
me too.
Man, I think something gonna happen on the way to the car or something, because they made it real suspenseful with like how they zoomed in on the keys, like they wanted you to know like she was going out by herself. So I was like, oh man, but I guess that was the whole that came up later in the conversation later. But yeah, he messed up with that one.
Got that right.
He messed up big time with that one. Even with her life not being in danger, you know how you can't do that with baby girl. You gotta walk up to the car.
Yeah, right. This is the mother of your child, man. And even if she wasn't the mother of your child, you don't want your woman going out there like that alone, especially when you know you got a war going on. Someone done shot you in the eye. Right. What makes you think they won't try to control you through her or do something to intimidate her to get to you, whatever the case may have been. Crazy.
Yep.
Jump on in there, Miss K.
Yeah, so you see in this scene, because I want to talk about a little both of them, what you was talking about with Wanda, but before that, you with them just looking at each other, and I'm just trying to wonder why the heck they had the audacity to show up to this party. This is T's party. Okay, like what are you doing here? The whole 12th Street is up in the bowling alley.
Miss K, you know why Lamar is there because he's crazy.
Of course. And he got the whole 12th Street crew. I'm like, these guys, honestly, even when on the I think it was the first episode when everybody went to Pat's party, it just kind of felt like, wow, nobody really respects like boundaries in terms like, why are you at this guy's party? You know the 50 boys gonna be here. It's just crazy. The 12th Street boys or whatever they are, they just show up at anybody's party. They do not care. And so I like how everybody was just pointing the finger from 50 boys like, yo, you see this guy up in here? He running 12th Street now, and he's probably the one that did this to Flamel. They just threw everything on him. You know, he did it to Flamel. They was right. He probably popped me, you know, and like I said, I kind of feel like that's what it is, but now I got my own theories. And so it's just a lot. So we just see that we don't, what's his name? Tag Lamar. He's holding the 12th Street back right now, not to do anything because he has a plan to go after their money, right? And so we are definitely going to see next week how his little plan is going to be set in motion. But to go back to when T gets home, Wanda is freaking, I guess, throwing stuff at him. And I wanted to bring this part up is because she's like, you treat me like I'm disposable. And I'm over here lying for you every chance I get. And it was true. Like you saw throughout this episode, she kept lying. Like, she made up the whole thing with the bins. And you know, this is my Uncle Troy. Yeah, my Uncle Troy gave me this. And then when he came back, and because you know, T is supposed to be in the house for a few days. And the father's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you not home? And she jumped in there, you know, and it's like, yo, this is a real rider right here. You can't be treating your ride or die like that.
But
you know,
here's the problem with that, Miss K. He's already let the ride or die know that if he had to choose between her and the game, he's choosing the game. So now the ball is kind of in her court.
Her court, yeah.
You know, if someone is going to treat you a certain kind of way and they tell you these are their guidelines, it's up to you to take it. And right now she's taking it. But what she wasn't about to take was, bruh, you ain't eating this cookie, but you expect me to suck on that nut.
Right.
That's what she won't about to take.
He had the nerve to say nothing wrong with your mouth. I'm like, what is wrong with this guy?
I almost spit out my water. I don't know what I was drinking the other day, but I was watching your show the other day. And you was giving advice on how you was like, you better stroke that tongue up and down. It was like, hold your breath. So I'm like, yo, this guy is crazy.
Hey, look, man,
you had me crying.
Look, I'm Uncle Lamont. I'm Unc Mont, man. I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to help y'all keep the population going out there now in tranquility. Just call me Uncle Mont. That's all you got to do. Sure. I'll try to help you out, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but he had the audacity, Miss K, but you know what? It looked like she did it.
No, it looked like she gave him a hand job.
That's how it started. You know what I'm saying? That's how it started. That's not a happy ending when it's someone your baby mama, your wife. That's not how the ending. That's not the ending. Don't go happy with the hand. That's how it starts.
Well, let me tell you something. If that's how she operates, is she gonna continue to get treated like that?
Exactly.
She's supposed to. You know what I mean? Yeah.
She could at least put him on punishment for that one night. You know,
like no.
You know,
you owe me.
Right. Yeah, man. Wow. Boy. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna calm down on the reviews I be doing. I'm gonna keep it to one joke a video from now on. I promise. One joke a video. One joke. So, man. All right, Miss K, I'm gonna swing your way now, man. Okay. Here we go. So we back home now, and the dad done all his investigations, getting all his information together. and he comes to find out that Meech done paid for the mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
He is livid. He ain't feeling it. And in the end, she basically said, well, what you gonna do? He said, well, I'm leaving. So my question to you is, Miss K, look, I know some people been harping on the dad. They don't like the dad. The daddy's upset them. But to you and to those people, I say, what more do you want the daddy to do? He don't want to be associated with the drug gang. He don't want to deal with the money from the drug gang, because during that era, you did have some of us who were so scared of Anglo-Saxons and how they would come down on you for being involved with this type of thing, that it scared the bejesus out of you. So I feel like the only thing he can do now that he feel like the wife been lying to him is basically leave. That's the only control he has. So Miss K, what do you think?
I don't understand why people don't like him. I think he's a good man, and he's trying to do the best that he can. I do think he has a little too much pride, though. I understand why he doesn't want to take Meech's money. But when he found out that it was from the pastor, even though it really wasn't, he didn't want to take that money either. And it's like, yo, your pride, you know how it says, pride goes before destruction or whatever, like in the Bible, right? And so it's kind of like you if you got that blessing, I'm just saying, you got that blessing, why would you tell your wife, oh, I'm not gonna take this handout, whatever, this and that, send it back or whatever? You know what I'm saying? I'm not a man, so I know that some men are puffed up with pride. It's an issue that a lot of men have. But if you really think about it, if that was a blessing, then why would you take the chance of putting your family out on the street or wherever y'all was gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to be the man and say, I'm the one, I didn't need anybody's help, and I wanted to this, I wanted to that. Like, I mean, I don't know. For me, as a female, as a woman, I just feel like nobody got time for your pride. That's me as a woman speaking.
I think it was deeper than just his singular pride, Ms. K. I think the deeper part is he feels like the pastor got feelings for the wife.
Okay, right. All right.
Now, had that not had happened, he might would have been okay with it coming from the pastor, because if Bill Gates comes to my house today and says, Lamont Tyson, I know you into investing, I'm going to give you $300 million. Do you think I'm going to be sitting here saying, Crystal, that man gave you a check for $300 million? Girl, you better take that shit back. Girl, we ain't taking no 300. What? 300 million? Girl, I ain't taking. Do you think Lamont Tyson? No. But at the same time, Bill Gates ain't been in my house. He ain't been clutching my wife's hands, and looking at her funny and eating her bacon. So I think
for 300 million, you could clutch my wife.
Oh,
her hand. It's her hand.
Her hand, right? Hold her hand. It's okay.
Well, Mitch, for 300 million, I know some people that say you can spend the night with my wife. We're gonna keep this thing 100. I know some folks that would say that, but jump in there, Big Mitch. Jump on in there.
Yeah, I'm on your side. I was gonna say the same thing. I think it's deeper than that. He got something against pastor. He like, pastor, I know what you up to. You know what I mean? I know what you're doing with these young ladies. Talk about y'all praying.
And talking about that's holy water in that bottle. No, that's some gin and juice.
He was not with it.
No. He was not with it at all. And then
my gosh.
The last thing I got for y'all, and Big Mitch, I'll let you lead off on this one. Meech rolls up Cash Doll's character's house, and I really think he liked this girl. I really do. And fellas, I done told y'all that screen door don't open. There's somebody in that house. And next thing you know, Lamar playing peekaboo again with Meech. They get into a tussle. He about to whip out his gun. And then basically Cash Doll tells him go about his business. And Meech was hurt by this, Mitch, because he had been paging her all day. When we last seen them together, they was in the bed together. And then Meech walks out the house. He walks out the house and he gets into it with Lamar. And, he's probably thinking she ain't going to deal with him. He nuts, whatever. He come back. You've been ignoring him all day, only to find out that his enemy is in your house. Man, take it away, Mitch.
Now, maybe I wasn't paying attention during, because sometimes when I watch these shows like Power and BMF, I like to partake in a specific activity during those shows. So maybe I was in the process of preparing that, and I wasn't, you know.
Well, Mitch, that's what you got me for. When you miss something, that's what I'm here for.
Yo, I do not remember. I was confused during the
Yeah,
scene. I don't
yeah.
remember Cash Doll and Meech ever being a thing. Where did that come from?
The first episode.
First episode.
So when she was in the bed, now honestly, I was so surprised to see Cash Doll in that state that I didn't know who she was in the bed with. I'll be honest. I was like, yo, that's Cash Doll, like out exposed like that. Like, so I didn't know.
Out.
Okay, so that was me. She was in the bed with in the first episode.
Yep.
Okay. You know who I thought it was? I thought it was the guy that was in the hospital that Lamar was beating up. I thought.
Oh,
that's
no,
what she was in.
no.
So Meech was hitting that. Okay, Meech, good shit, Meech. I like that.
That's what I said. That's what I said to somebody. Somebody ruined my hopes and dreams and said that her body's not real. It's like Lala Anthony that we're gonna wind up seeing again. Yeah, man.
Well, I thought that was real natural.
Oh my gosh.
Mitch, they say she got just as much plastic as Lala Anthony. They say if Rubbermaid was to split the stock into two stocks, it'd be Cash Doll and Lala. That's what they said. That's the word.
You got a good surgeon because it looked natural. You know, ain't nothing off balance. Everything is measured right. So yeah, I don't know.
She had me fooled. I thought she was one of them Detroit blocks. She had me fooled.
She might be. She might be. They might not know what they're talking about. I don't know.
I gotta do some research on that.
So somebody get out there, go touching and feeling, do an investigation, something like that.
Meech, Lil Meech, no, we gonna ask Lil Meech.
That's right.
Interview with Lil Meech.
You know what? I'm gonna see if I can get
gosh.
Little Meech up here, and I can definitely ask Miss K. Jump in here before we make you blush to the ceiling.
Yeah. Do you see how the tables have turned from freaking episode 1 to 3?
Right.
You know, Lamar was the one on the other end, on the other end of that screen, and she had the door closed just like that because Meech was the one inside, and now it's him. And the same thing that she said to Lamar, like, so you think it was okay to just pop up on me? She said the same thing to Meech. I'm like, this girl is no freaking good.
None.
Like
Zero.
if you just, I don't understand the dynamic of their relationship though. Are they just screwing each other? You know what I mean? Because it seems like that's all they're really doing. But he says, oh, we're done and everything. But it's like, so because he's like, I don't care if you have who you got in there. So it seems like they're just people that have some type of, I don't know, arrangement.
I think for her, it's an arrangement, but it seemed like for Meech, it was a little more because the way he walked away from that front, his feelings was hurt walking away from that front porch. So maybe for her, it was just, we just friends with benefits, we kicking it, whatever. But for Meech, I think he was kind of, maybe he hadn't put a title on her, but he was eyeballing her to be first lady, something like that.
Right. And another
thing,
thing,
that 2021 mindset that the women have now, she had it early. Like, whoever paying my bills, that's who I'm with.
Right. And remember when you were saying, who do you think she's going to be with? Do you think she's going to choose Meech or Lamar? I said, I think she's going to go where the money is. And so I said Meech. So maybe she's thinking, because Lamar got this whole plan, that he's going to be the one with the money. And she don't even have the decency to call Meech and say, listen, we through. I'm trying to work stuff out with Lamar or whatever. She just totally is like, we're over and this guy is in here. And it was fast. It just happened so quick. You saw at last week's episode how she was just like, oh, don't come too close to me, when he was sitting on the porch. Now all of a sudden, this guy's in your house and he's telling you, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to you. And she eating it all up. So she ain't no daggone good. Somebody already called that out. Like she's trash. Or what does Larry like to say? She's a piece of garbage.
Yeah. She just wants the attention of whoever can, I guess, provide, financial. Financial benefit to her because you hadn't even had a conversation with the man that was sleeping in your house 2 nights ago. And now you got this dude who just got fresh out of the penitentiary and he crazy. If he don't went to your daughter's school unannounced, you have to go cuss him out. This Negro goes and write a 4-page letter of bull jive that he claimed he wrote while he was in the insane asylum, and you bit the bait. And we debated that last week, Miss K. I asked you specifically, is she gonna take the bait? And you and Nita said no.
I think I probably did say no.
Yeah, y'all said no. Yeah. And I said she was clutching that paper a little too hard to not have bit the bait. That's exactly what I said. And damn it, she was clutching hard. But let me hit the super chatter. Jumbo G, salute to everyone and the panel. This screen with Cash Doll, Moochie and Lamar is accurate in the Michigan. This turned dudes into pimps and playboys. More accidents are more graphic than this. Okay. Well, I was saying I wanted to maybe move to Michigan, but I don't know about that no more, man. I'm gonna stay my butt in North Carolina.
Do you guys? I'm sorry. Can I ask a quick question? Because what I'm still not clear on is she Meech's baby's mother?
We don't know.
Like, what the heck? Because she keeps saying, Zoe's in here, right? She said, Zoe's in here. How you gonna pull a gun out? Zoe's in here. But on the first episode, he said, did you get that money I gave you for the kids? So he said that it basically like was more than one. So that Zoe is not his daughter, but maybe he has a daughter or a child with her.
Now,
right?
That's under Zoe. I thought we had talked about this, and I thought that we had said that it wouldn't surprise us if Meech has a kid with her and Lamar has a kid with her, because she got more than one.
Yes. But for her to say, Zoe's in here, why would you pull a gun? It's like, what, don't you mean the kids? So it's kind of like, what the heck is going on? I need them to clear this up, because is that his baby mother or not? You know what I'm saying?
And secondly, I don't know how you're going to get mad at him when you in there clutching a living gun named Lamar. And you get mad at Meech at the door. So, man, I don't know, man. But we do want to know who is the mother, who's the father of your kids, and how many you got. That's what we need.
You even know.
Yeah, do we need to have a Maury session in the 80s? Because that's when he got hot back in 89. Do we need to get Maury up in there? Who's the real daddy? Who's not the daddy? That's what we need to find out. So
yeah.
Good panel, y'all, man. We got up to 250 people. Right now, we still got 222. Please give us a like. Again, Big Mitch, you did a great job, my brother. You got that. You got that DNA in you, my brother. Can do some things up here, what may have you. Again, tell the people how they can reach you, and I will look forward to seeing you come back some other time later in the future. Again,
you can reach me at GSP_lifestyle13 on Instagram. Follow me, hit me up. I rap a little bit, make a little bit of music. So if you're interested in that, click the link in my bio, and yeah, nice and simple.
See, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell y'all I'm going to deliver y'all great guests, I'm holding true to my tradition, man. Always trying to help these people get on. Always trying to help you guys get on. We can all grow together. There's plenty of room for all of us to network with each other, and we still can eat and eat big. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, Bill Gates come through that door and say, Crystal, take this $300 million check. I'm taking that shit. It ain't going to be none of this. We ain't going to pay the mortgage. We leaving the house. What we need that for. So don't forget to like the video, right? Comment, subscribe. But before we go, Miss K, what you got coming on your channel this week so the people can look forward to going to your channel, making some moves? Subscribe to Miss K. Her link is in the description.
Yes, just go on and please check out my BMF review. And I think the Oval came back. Whoever follows me and you follow the Oval, I did make an announcement that I'm not doing reviews on that anymore, but I will do like recaps. So it's just going to be kind of like just talking about the main points. So once that comes back, I'm going to do that as well.
Yep. And she be on it, ladies and gentlemen. These theories she giving y'all up here, just imagine how she be theory crafting on them other shows. She got to get a practice in, man. So support her sister, like the video. Till that Net Sex is Hell video, guys. We'll see you.
See ya.
Peace out.